All right. My speech, as you might have read, is entitled Doing the Impossible, One Step at a Time. That is because so many times in my life, people have told me, when I told them, this is my dream, this is my vision, this is what I want to do, people say, you can't do that. You don't know how to do that. You don't have the money, you don't have the experience, you don't have the expertise, you can't, no. Well, I would never have got anywhere if I had listened to that. So I wanted to encourage you today. I want to say, look, there will always be naysayers, there will always be people who don't believe, but it's up to you. And my experience really is, it's up to what I believe and what I choose to see and I choose to remember of my life. I could tell you my life story as a story of misery, but I choose not to. I choose to tell my life story as a story of success, of inspiration, of opportunities. And so I want to just talk a little bit about how Women Work came about. Because about 3 years ago, just a little under 3 years ago, I wanted to start my own thing. I wanted to do communication coaching for the people here in Doha because I had realized that there was a need for it. And so I thought about how to go about it, what do I want to do. So first of all, I needed to find my purpose. That was something that I could do on my own. I could sort of figure out, okay, what is it that I enjoy, what is it that I love, that I'm good at, that I thrive on, what are my talents, my skills, where does my experience lie? All of these sort of things were easy to do on my own. But where do you go from there? As soon as you want to take the next step, you need other people, right? You need to connect. You need to find others who want to share with you, who want to work together with you, who want to be your clients, who want to start the business together with you, whatever. Who want to, in this country also, who want to sponsor you, of course. So you have a lot of people that you need to meet. And that's where it gets really, really important to communicate, to build the insight into what is it that other people need and want and expect. And how can you provide, how can you speak to them in a language that they understand, while at the same time being true to your own values, to what you're all about. And so that's what I proceeded to do next. And I went out there and I connected with anyone and everyone I could find, to the point where people said to me, Carolin, you're everywhere. Wherever I go, you seem to be there. Well, that was my intention at the time. I needed to be everywhere. I needed to meet as many people as possible, to make connections, to learn what is it that I can do here in Doha, in this very special situation, which has, by the way, also many, many advantages over other places. Because Doha is a place that at the moment is all about growing. It's all about going somewhere, doing something, and everything is exciting and new and happening. And you can just click into that energy, just connect into that energy, and you can grow and make things happen as well. And so we come to the third part. Okay, so first you need the purpose, then you need the connection, and then you need the flow. You need to make things flow. And just like a river will always flow, no matter what sort of obstacles there are, your purpose, your energy, what you're all about can also flow. You just need to keep your perspectives open. You just need to realize where the opportunities lie and seize them. And I like this story about where they did a study and they wanted to find out what makes lucky people lucky and unlucky people unlucky. So they had this whole, they had these groups and they did all kinds of things with them, but there was one thing that really stuck in my mind. They gave each group a newspaper and they said, find the following 5 pictures. Find a picture of a house, of a car, of a dog, whatever, and when you're done, come to the experimenter and tell him where all the pictures are. What they didn't tell them was that on one page, they covered like half a page, really big, with big letters saying, if you see this ad, tell the experimenter and he will give you $50, or something to that effect. And the interesting thing was, all the people who considered themselves lucky, or the vast majority of them, came back to the experimenter and asked for their $50. Whereas most of the people that considered themselves as unlucky didn't see the ad, didn't come to the experimenter. So they did some other experiments as well, and in the end they concluded that luck is something that you can learn. And they turned a whole group of unlucky people into lucky people by teaching them how to see opportunities and how to realize that this is an opportunity, how to open up your vision to opportunities that are out there. And that's one of the things why we wanted this conference to happen. We wanted this conference to happen to provide a platform where all these opportunities can be there, can be right within your grasp, so easy for you to see and to make something of. Because, you know, I have a much bigger dream, I have a much bigger vision than this conference. And so this conference is great, don't get me wrong, and I'm really, really happy that all of you are here and supporting us. And at the same time, I have a vision to go even further and to found a community that is all about true human connection. A community that is all about growth, that starts right inside, deep inside in the soul, as a little tiny shoot, and that grows and grows in a very organic and sustainable way. I have a dream of a community where we can make a difference together, where we can make lives better. Because that's ultimately what gives you most joy. And hey, what are we here for? Everything we strive for, everything we try to achieve in our lives, in the end we do because we want more joy in our lives, right? So, deep felt joy, what makes us really happy is making other lives better. And I'm sure every one of you has that experience. Has had that experience at some point? Making someone smile? Just a little thing like that, isn't that great? And there's so much more that you can do. So that's what I'm really dreaming about, is to have a community, not just a spiritual community, but a physical community, where everything in the community is about growth, about development, about becoming all that you want to be. And it's like a village maybe, or a center where there's coaches and there's practitioners and there's like healthy, good, sustainable stuff, you know, food and all the things that make life worth living. And where we can all get together and exchange our ideas. And so this is the kind of thing, this is why we have this conference, for example, why I work in the field that I work in, because I want to meet other people, I want to attract other people, and I want to start founding that community. And this conference, as inspiring and inspired as it is, and with all the wonderful speakers that have been donating their time and their energy, and thank you very much for that. It really is a big stepping stone on the way to that community, because I meet so many of you that are so inspiring and inspired as well. So, what a great thing to happen.